Am I lopsided? I feel like I'm tilted. And every time I film at this angle, it appears as though I am bald. I'm not. It's just the high bun and tons of dry shampoo are necessary today. Hey guys, we are back with yet again another one. And guys, for anyone who watches my spin wheel videos every single month and know my borderline unhealthy obsession with spinning that addictive little spin wheel, I think I may have stumbled upon something for us to get equally as hooked on. And I am so excited to see if like this tiny little idea in my head comes to fruition and actually works this week, because if it does, this is so fun. So if you've watched any of my other videos, I am a goal-oriented, competitive little bitch, okay? Your girl likes a good competition. Let's put it that way. Even when it's against myself. So for me, I do my most productive reading when I have a goal or like a deadline that I'm working against. So for me, that whole like random number generator picks how many pages I have to read a day, or spin wheel picks how long I read. Like those are super successful for me, and I'll end up finishing like, I think with my page generator, random page generator, I think I read like 4 books in 1 week. So those are really, really successful. They do what they're supposed to do. So I'm not feeling slumpy at all. I'm actually like, all I want to do is read. But I'm like, what's a competition that I can integrate to motivate me to really be productive in my reading? And I think I may have found it. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do another week of randomly selecting how many hours per day I read. But it's not going to be a spin wheel. It's not going to be a random number generator. We are going to race for how many hours per day I am reading for 6 to 7 days this week. How, you ask? I am so glad you asked. And this ties into a couple of kind of weird posts you've probably seen, not only going up in my YouTube community page, but also over on my Instagram. And I didn't want it to come across super random, so I did say like, hey guys, this is for a video, but like pick one of these random emojis. So I put a post up on both YouTube community and Instagram asking you guys to choose between a horse and a penguin. Yeah, seems pretty random, but it is about to be revealed to you as to why all week I'm going to be putting up posts asking you to choose between 2 seemingly random items. So let's go ahead and just say who won first, and it will make itself abundantly clear in a minute here. So without further ado, here are the results of both of our polls on Instagram and YouTube. Pretty obvious that the penguin won, which is a little shocking. I don't know why I thought the horse would win, but whatever. The penguin won. So you say like, okay, who cares? Like, what is that? The penguin won. These fun little penguins are going to help us choose how many hours per week we are reading this week, because we are going to have a race where we're going to pit these little cute penguins against one another. It's like Fight Club penguin style. No, I'm just kidding. They're just going to race. So let me go ahead and grab our penguin race. All right, let me screen record. So here is the beginning preliminaries of our penguin race to select how many hours we read this week. We're going to have each race be, let's say, 30 seconds? I think we should say 30 seconds, but first let's edit our list. So for this week, I am going to do, realistically, between 1 hour per day and 6 hours per day. And I like those numbers because like I read an average of like 1 hour to 3 hours a week or a day. What is going on? A day anyways, 1 to 3 hours a day anyways. So 1 to 3 would be pretty standard, and 4 through 6 would be like an effort for me. So here is our list, 1 through 6, and we are going to do a 30-second race to see which penguin comes out on top. All right. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, the music is a lot. Well, 6, okay, 6 is sleeping at the starting gate. What is happening? 2, 4, and 5. Okay, 3 is creeping up. 3 is creeping up. Oh my God. Come on, 2. Come on, 2. 7 seconds. Keep going, 2. Keep going, 2. Keep going, 2. Yes! Okay, penguin number 2 won, which means that we are going to be reading for 2 hours today. Thank you, penguin number 2, for taking it easy on me. Okay, so now that the penguins have chosen that we read for 2 hours, I am going to pick up Ice Planet Barbarians on my Kindle. I just went ahead and downloaded it, and we are going to read for 2 hours. So let's go ahead and get our timer set up. Timer, 2 hours and 0 minutes. And let's go ahead and start. Okay, so 2 hours is officially complete, but it is only 10:30 at night, and I made it to page 101 of Ice Planet Barbarians, which I think is like, let me see, 56% of the way through the book. And not only am I still wide awake because it's early for me, but I just made myself a crock-pot hot chocolate. So I'm going to continue reading, but I will catch up with you in the morning for race number 2. Good morning. Day 2 of letting the races choose our reads. So yesterday our penguins raced, and the penguin number 2 for 2 hours won. So I had to read for 2 hours, and I did complete that. I believe I said that at the end of 2 hours I was on page like 101 of Ice Planet Barbarians, I believe. Well, I ended up reading some more at night, and I ended up actually completing and finishing. That was redundant. I ended up finishing Ice Planet Barbarians last night. So I finished a book. It was a super easy read. If you guys don't know what Ice Planet Barbarians is about, very briefly, it's about this alien human trafficking group, basically, who abducts young women from their homes on Earth at night and then transports them basically to like sell them in this human trade, like the human trafficking trade. Well, after they kidnap these humans, they end up having some technical difficulties with their spaceship, and they have to basically abandon these women, like eject their section of the ship that was broken, abandon these women on this planet, and basically the plan is we're going to come back and pick them up and like continue on with our sail after. But the women end up meeting this native group of alien on this planet that they're ejected on, and it progresses from there. I'm going to give you my full thoughts at the end of the week, but I did complete that book. So one day in and we're one book down. So I am so excited to see what we're going to end up doing today. I actually don't have much on my schedule today. So if this were a little bit of a bigger number, like on the 4 through 6 end of our scale, I would be okay. But first, let's find out who is racing today. So on my Instagram and my YouTube community posts, I put up a post asking you to choose between a princess and a witch. And here are the results. The witches won. So today we're going to be doing the race and the battle of the witches to find out how long we are reading for. So without further ado, let me grab my iPad and pull up our witch race. Okay, so we do have, let me see, 1 through 6 for our options. And we are going to do, we are going to do a 30-second race. Okay. All right, witches, let's see what you have in store for me today. Okay. They're so cute. All right. 3, 4, and 6 are the options right now. 2 is coming in quick. Okay, 6 is still in the lead. That's making me a little nervous. 10 seconds. Okay. Ooh, oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. 5. Our number 5 witch is the winner. So we will be reading for 5 hours today. That's okay. I actually am okay with that. I have some time. I think I read for like 4 yesterday. So I have some time. But since I finished Ice Planet Barbarians, we're going into a new book today. Let's figure out what I'm going to be reading. Okay, I just went over and I picked through our TBR a little bit. A new book came in yesterday that kind of tempted me, but I'm going to remain vigilant and sticking to our TBR, and I am going to go into Drowning by TJ Newman today. It seems relatively short. I think it's under 300 pages, and I do actually, TJ Newman was nice enough to send me the ARC before this book released, and I never got to reading the ARC. So I do have the ARC copy on my Kindle, so I can switch back and forth between the two. And like I've told you guys before, I read so much faster on my Kindle, so I think I might actually do that. I'm going to start today reading the physical book, but at some point I'm probably going to switch over to my Kindle. But 5 hours and only under 300 pages, so I should be finishing this book today. And just like that, welcome to day 3 of Random Races Pick Our Reading. So before we get into that, let's talk about what I did yesterday. Yesterday, our witch race said that we should read for 5 hours, and I did complete my 5 hours. Well, okay, I'm counting it as I completed my 5 hours of reading, but if I'm being like obsessively honest with you guys, I ended the day with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, and there's a reasoning for this. Last night while I was reading, I did develop one of the worst migraines I've had like in a while. I do get like 1 or 2 really bad migraines every year, and yesterday was a doozy. So I was reading through a migraine, and I completed Drowning by TJ Newman with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. And between reading and 4 hours and 54 minutes of reading that day, I did not have the brain power to pick up a new book and start it last night for 5 minutes to put it down. So I was like, you know what? 4 hours and 54 minutes on a 5-hour reading timer. We're going to go ahead and count that as a win and count that as completed, especially since I did start and finish a 300-page book yesterday. So that's pretty good. So I did go ahead and finish Drowning. I'm going to count that as a win. So, all right. Let's talk about what I put up on Instagram and YouTube for today's race. So if you follow me on Instagram and if you follow me on YouTube, hopefully you voted, but today's poll was between a turkey, because we just got over Thanksgiving, and Santa, because we are going into Christmas. And I kind of sort of assumed which one was going to win, full disclosure. Like, I feel like people are looking forward to the holiday season, so it was really no surprise that this was the results. Santa blew our little turkey out of the water. So today we are going to do a Santa race. Here's my handy dandy iPad, and we are going to go ahead and slap our race up on the screen. Here it is. Oh. Okay, so just to show you guys our list, here it is. Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 for all of our reading hours are there, ready to go. We are going to go ahead and do a 30-second race. And on your marks, get set, go. Oh my God, Rudolph. They're so cute. Oh no, the one Santa is starting out strong. The ones that start out strong never win. Okay, so far it's like 1, 2, 3, but that 6 is creeping up in the background. It's kind of making me a little nervous. Okay. 1 and 2 are holding strong, no 6. All right, 10 seconds. No 6, no 6. Oh no, 5. No, 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 no. Oh my God, okay. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, guys. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Okay. I can do 4 hours today. I can do 4 hours today. However, we did finish Drowning yesterday, so now we have to pick a new book. Honestly, I do think I know what book I'm going to go with, not only because it is on this month's TBR, but it's like after yesterday's read, it's a quick, easy YA read. It's Kindle Unlimited, so I do have the book back there, but I also could throw it up on my Kindle. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do The Selection by Kira Cass. This is a cute little YA romance, like Regency fantasy type of deal. I've heard it's like The Bachelor, except Regency royalty. So we are going to jump into The Selection today for 4 hours. Hey guys, day 4 of letting races pick our weekly reads. So yesterday, the Santas picked 4 hours for us to read, and I did complete my 4 hours, which put me, let's see, 256 pages into The Selection by Kira Cass. I am I would say like 80% of the way through the book. I just have that little sliver left, this tiny little sliver. So I'll definitely be finishing that today, but 256 pages was pretty good. And without further ado, let's go into day 4 and see what Instagram and YouTube chose for our race. So for today's options, I gave you guys a kitty or a puppy. And the results were puppies won. So today we will be letting the puppy race pick our read. Let's go ahead and screen record. and show you guys what we're doing here. So here we go. Here is our list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are good to go. We are going to do a 30-second race. And, all right, puppies, be nice to me. On your mark, get set, go. Oh, they're chasing a ball. That's cute. Okay. Whoever's in the lead in the beginning never wins. Oh, of course it's the one. Why wouldn't it be the one? Okay, right now we're looking at like 1, 2, or 6. Oh my God. Somebody come from behind, please. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh no, the one is dying. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, come on. We have the Yukon game in 15 minutes. I can't read for 6 hours today. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Okay. Another 4-hour day. I could do that. I could do that today. We do have the Yukon men's game in about 10 minutes. I will be watching that because go Huskies. But besides for that, I'm pretty free today. So 4 hours, we can do this. Let's go ahead and start by finishing the selection, and then I'll come back and we'll figure out what we're going to do after that. Back again. So with 2 hours and 56 minutes and 48 seconds still on the clock, I just finished the selection. So we are done with yet another book for this week. And now for the next 3 hours, I have to figure out what I'm reading. I am so incredibly tempted to jump in to a couple of off TBR books, but I am dedicated. I am dedicated and laser focused on finishing my TBR again this month. We picked 13 books for this month's TBR. That would be a new record for me. I've never read that many books, and I am laser focused on meeting my goal. So I am avoiding all temptations to veer from our TBR, and I am going to pick up Ruth Ware's 0 Days next. I've read a couple of fantasies, a couple of romances, and things like that. And I think I could go for a little bit of a genre shift. So I'm going to go into a mystery thriller. I literally have no idea what this book is about. Could not tell you one thing about it. No idea. I picked it up because it was a Barnes & Noble exclusive, and I've heard that Ruth Ware is like the queen of crime. So I have no idea what this is about. But it says, Jacintha Jack Cross and her husband Gabe are the best security penetration specialists in the business. Hired by companies to test the strengths and weaknesses of their systems, Jack handles the physical break-ins while Gabe tackles the digital aspects. They make an excellent team outside of work too, but after a routine assignment goes horribly wrong, Jack arrives home to find her husband dead. To add to her horror, the police are closing in on their only suspect, her. Suddenly on the run and quickly running out of options, Jack must decide who she can trust as she digs further into family, old friends, and even old enemies. As she circles closer to the truth, she also begins to question if there could be far more at stake in this unputdownable and heart-pounding mystery from an author whose propulsive prose keeps readers on the hook and refuses to let anyone off until all has been revealed. I think that's going to be just the ticket of what's going to keep me engaged and reading, a little genre shift, a little something different. So we have 3 hours left today, and we are going to go right into 0 Days. Oh my goodness. Okay. As you guys just saw, our 4 hours just finished. It is currently 2:16 in the morning, and the last like hour and a half of that reading, I didn't do my normal like page per minute count because I am exhausted. Like, I'm so exhausted. So I did make it a good of way through 0 Days, but honestly, I will catch up with you guys in the morning for day 5 of our random race, and we will go from there because my brain is mush and I need to go to sleep. But I did complete the 4 hours, so I'm getting in bed. See you in the morning. Okay, next morning, day 5. I needed to get a good night's sleep because I was like damn near delirious last night. So I woke up this morning, I took a long hot shower, which was the greatest thing ever. And then I put my comfort sweatshirt back on. Yes, I know. I am back in my Ravenclaw sweatshirt, but this is my home sweatshirt. Like everyone has that sweatshirt that like is their comfort sweatshirt. Like they come home, the comfort sweatshirt goes on, they wear it for a few days, they wash it and dry it, it comes out of the dryer and it goes right back on because you're home, right? This is my comfort sweatshirt. So I am rested, I am showered, and I am comfy. I always forget my coffee. This is like a consistent problem. My coffee is upstairs, but let's talk about how my reading went yesterday. So I had to read for 4 hours, and I did finish the selection, and I made it 156 pages into 0 days. I think that's like 43% of the way in according to Goodreads, which is really, really good. I did finish my 4 hours. I'm liking this so far. Her writing is very easy. I have thoughts, but I'm gonna wait. I'm liking this so far. And today is Sunday. So first of all, I do have sprints with Reagan. Reagan from Reagan Reads sprints every Sunday until Christmas. And I think on the 18th, she's actually doing an all-day sprint as well. So that's really cool. So I do have several hours of sprints with Reagan this afternoon. So I know I'll get some reading done then. So realistically, if today was a 4 through 6 hour day, I'm probably okay with that. I could probably pull that off. But before we get ahead of ourselves, yesterday on Instagram, I asked you guys to choose between an alien and a dinosaur. And here are the results. I was super 50-50 about this one. I didn't know what you guys would go for because I know there's a lot of good alien books, and not very many dinosaur books, but the dinosaurs are so cute. So I didn't know what you guys were going to do, but the dinos won. So we will be doing a dino race today to see how long I read for. Okay, so here's our handy dandy iPad. And as you can see, we do have our list or our race pulled up. Let me go ahead and show you our list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we are good to go on our names. We are going to do a 30-second race. On your marks, get set, go. Okay, so I've learned over these past couple of days that the dinosaur that is in the front in the beginning is most likely not going to win. So of course, naturally, that's the one. And he is like tearing away, but I'm telling you, watch, someone's gonna come from behind. Hold on. He's holding it. 10 seconds. Oh no, here comes the 6. Come on, little one. Come on, little one. Run, little one. Run, little one. Oh no, the 5. Run. Oh my God. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So we've had 2 4-hour days and now a 5-hour day. And I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday was a little rough. Yesterday was the first day that at the end of my hours, my brain felt mushy. So 5 today should be interesting. But I can do this. At least 2.5 of those hours is going to be on sprints. So half of it is going to be on sprints. I do have to go grocery shopping at some point today. We can do this. All right. We're going to jump right back in with 0 days and I'll come back when we finish. So I just got off sprints with Reagan. It is amazing every single week. Seriously, guys, like if you're looking for motivation or even like setting aside like 2 hours or so to like focus on you and your reading and your goals, tune into Reagan's sprints. They're amazing. It's great. It's like-minded people in the chat. We chat between sprints, so I highly suggest them. And just sprints in general, if you're looking for a way to kind of like focus you in on your reading. It's like Sundays, it's me time, it's a couple hours, and anyways, definitely think about it if you have some time on Sundays. But I just got off my sprints. I do have about 2 hours and 41 minutes left, but I am going to go upstairs, cook dinner for the boys and I, and probably continue after. I did read about 135 pages on the sprints. I only have like this little section left, so that was good. And sorry if you could hear my son in the background. He's on a call with his friends in the guest room, but I did read about 135 pages of my book. So I'm definitely going to finish this tonight. So I will catch up with you after dinner. Last update of the night. It is now 11:22 p.m. and I have an hour and 21 minutes left on my 5 hours, and I just finished 0 Days by Ruth Ware. This was decent. This was good. I'm going to give you all my full thoughts of all the books I've read this week at the end of the video. I'm like processing. Oh, my son is awake. I'm like processing what I read. Sorry if you hear my water going through my pipes. I'm exhausted. I am actually going to go get in bed and finish my hour and 20 minutes, but I am going to go into Flawless by Elsie Silver next. And I think I'm going to pick it up on my Kindle. I do have it purchased on my Kindle. So I am going to go ahead and get in bed, finish my hour and 20 minutes starting Flawless, and I will catch up with you in the morning.
Good night, Mom. Love you.
Good night, baby. Love you. He's the cutest. Day 6. And if you hear craziness going on upstairs, my sons have their friend over and they're gaming, and it gets very intense. It is now 3:30 and I am just getting a chance to sit down. I watched my nephew for my brother and sister-in-law today, and there's no way I'd rather spend my time. I love him. So I watched my nephew today. So I've just picked up the kids and walked in the door. So I'm hoping we have hitting and pitching tonight with my kids, with my son's private coach. So I'm hoping that the race is nice to me today. But let's talk about what I put up on Instagram and YouTube for our last day of doing this challenge. I can't believe it's over already. It's been so incredibly successful. But for the last day, I put up a swimmer or a skier. So do you like swimming or skiing? That was the question. And here are the results. I'm a little surprised by this because personally, I want nothing to do with skiing. I want nothing to do with the cold. I want nothing to do with snow. I hate it so much. Swimming, island, warm weather, palm trees, beach, like that's my jam. Skiing, not so much, but the masses have spoken and skiing has won. So today we will be doing a race with skiers. Okay, so like I said, it's 3:30. So I'm praying that today is not the day that it decides to give me a 6. I would not be able to guarantee that I would be able to make that work. I really just can't guarantee it, but whatever. Okay, so here, let's add our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's our 6 done. We are going to set a 30-second timer. All right, guys, on your marks. Come on, get set. Come on, don't make me fail. Go. The 1 and the 2 with the early lead, they're not going to win. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, this is kind of an even race. 10 seconds. Come on, 2. Come on, 2. Come on, 2. Oh no. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay. It could be worse. It could be worse. 4 hours today is going to be rough. All right, it's 3:30. We have our baseball lesson. Now, the only good news is my husband does have one of his holiday parties tonight. So I should have some time tonight. Oh my God, do you hear how loud they are? In this silly little kitty game. But all right, let's do this. 4 hours. Let's do this. Wait a minute. I totally forgot to fill you guys in on how my reading went last night. I did complete my time last night and I made it. Let's see, let's grab it. How many pages into Flawless? I made it 74 pages or 18% into Flawless last night. So that's great. I finished my time. I also failed to mention that I don't know if it's abundantly obvious or I don't know if you could tell, but I actually feel like a dumpster fire today. I feel like absolute garbage today. I woke up this morning with the worst, I don't know if it's a sinus headache or like a migraine or what my deal is, but it's not good. So with that being said, 18%, 74 pages into Flawless and feeling like my head's going to explode. Let's go do our 4 hours. Okay, so keeping it down because both boys and my husband are upstairs sleeping, but tonight has taken a turn because I feel like absolute garbage. I have just slowly descended into illness today. It is 10:30 and I have done no reading. I think I've kind of resigned to the fact that 4 hours is just not going to happen today. Basically, my head is just like, just pulsing. I've had a sinus headache all day today. And I'm just focusing on my Kindle screen, like words, just making it worse. However, I did just take an Advil cold and flu and I'm like feeling a little better. My head is starting to subside. And I did also just make myself a warm cup of tea, which I'm not gonna lie to you is kind of bringing me back to life. And like I said, I'm not tired, I just don't feel great. So 4 hours is probably not gonna happen. However, I am gonna sit down and try to bang out some of my reading, and we'll see how far I get before I just keep going down that slow descent into illness and just have to go to bed. But let's go get some reading done.
I would sail out, take every brother and sister of mine. We'd roll in the sunshine and sleep when it's dark, hoping to find somewhere we can call home. But it's black, yeah, it's black. Oh, the water's black, 'cause it's black, it's all black, black water. If I had some time, I'd be by.
Technically, our video ended last night as you watched me slowly descend into a cold. And I still have one. I don't know if you could tell in my voice, but I'm definitely not 100%. Feeling a lot better today. Honestly, I could deal with a cold. The sinus headache. And you know what it is? It's the sinus headache attempting to read combo. Don't highly recommend at all. So as predicted, I did not finish our 4 hours yesterday. However, I did make it 2 hours in. So I did make it halfway and I made it 50% of the way through Flawless to page 223. Yeah, 223 in Flawless. So technically I failed yesterday. However, I don't want to be penalized for falling ill. So I'm going to finish our last 2 hours today, and I know that's cheating. But at the end of the day, who cares, right? Who cares? It's really not that serious. So I'm going to finish our last 2 hours today. We're just going to kind of extend this video a little bit extra. We're going to finish our 2 hours, and I will come back and tell you where that gets me in Flawless today. Back with our last update. Healthy? No, imagine that. Not healthy. Still not feeling great, but feeling better. So feeling better. And because my headache subsided, I was able to finish our last 2 hours and I did complete flawless. So what I want to do to wrap this up is I want to go into our wrap up for this week because this challenge was so successful and I had so much fun. I want to hear in the comments below if you guys liked the idea of doing these races to pick our, I guess we could really do a ton of stuff with it. I mean, this particular week we used it to choose how long we were reading, but I guess we could do like random races determine how many pages we read. Random races determine our genre for the week or for the day. I don't know. We could do all sorts of things with it. So put your ideas in the comments below because as always on this channel, we are a collaborative little team here. And I would love to hear if you liked it, if you want to see it again, and drop some ideas how we could use our races in the future because I would love to hear what you would do with your races. But without further ado, let's talk about how much of a success this was this week because I started and completed 5 books. 5 books this week. I'm so blown away and excited by that because I had a blast and I am slowly but surely just like chipping away at my TBR. And if I continue at this pace, this will be my best reading month ever. So let's talk about what I read this week. The first book we picked up this week was Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. So here's what I'm going to say about this. This book got a 4 stars from me. If you do not know what this book is about, really simply, really quickly, and no spoilers here, this book is about a group of human trafficking aliens who abduct young women in their sleep. Imagine having a hair in your mouth. It's just like I shed like a dog. But anyways, who abduct young women while they sleep at night and they transport them around the galaxy to basically these like human trafficking like buyers, right? Well, they abduct our main female character and while in transport to her next location, their ship has a technical difficulty and they are forced to eject their prisoners section of the ship onto this foreign planet while they continue on, and then their plan is to come back and pick them up and fix the ship and be on their way to deliver them to their buyers, right? But when they eject them onto this planet, our female main character ventures out to try to get some help and figure out where they are, and she meets this native alien from that planet, and the story progresses. So, like I said, this got 4 stars from me, and here's what I'm going to say about this book. This book and your enjoyment level with this book is a personal preference. Like if you don't like monster smut, monster romance, then just like know what it is. It's not going to be for you, right? If you are okay with that, just know what this book was intended for, okay? This book is not intended to change your life, make you think about, your existentialism and, all this stuff. This book is just supposed to be a good, smutty, imaginative time. It's if you go into it with the right expectations, I really think you'll enjoy it, and I really enjoyed it. I don't mind monster smut. I do read it, so it wasn't anything super jarring to me. The smut was good. The characters were good. The little, love story was good. I really enjoyed it, but if you go into this expecting to have your life changed by this and for this to be an award winner, of course you're going to be disappointed. Go into it with proper expectations and you'll have a good time. After we finished Ice Planet Barbarians, we went into Drowning by T.J. Newman. T.J. Newman was a flight attendant in her past life, and after she started writing books, she retired, I believe. I don't think she's a flight attendant anymore, but her books so far, Falling and Drowning, have all centered on airline disasters and airline emergencies, and this particular book is no exception. It is about an airline disaster which ends with our main characters, I think it's like 5 points of view, kind of, all of our main characters' points of view in an airline crash that is now underwater, aka drowning, and the rescue mission to try to get to them and whether or not it's successful or not. I forget what I gave this. This book I gave, that's what I figured. I was just about to say it. Right now, thinking back on it, I'd give it a 3.75 stars, and that's exactly what I gave it. It didn't do anything super groundbreaking for me. I mean, it was a bit predictable. The writing is solid. I liked the character work. I just don't feel as though it was really that much of a thrill. Like when you go into a thriller, this isn't a mystery, it's definitely a thriller. When you go into a thriller, I expected my heart to be pumping, my blood to just be like rushing through my veins, and it never really got me there. It was more just like of an airline rescue story, which was very interesting. I liked it. But was it my favorite thriller I've ever read? Certainly not. I definitely am going to read more of TJ Newman's work. I really did like it. It was a 3.75. Very good. Very average. After Drowning, we picked up The Selection. And I have to say, I'm a little bit surprised by how much I liked this, because if you watched my last video, I think it was about a Karen McManus book? And certainly with Killjoy, which is the Good Girl's Guide to Murder novella. I talked about how I think I'm kind of realizing that I am maturing past YA a little bit, and I have trouble connecting with the stories and the character because they do seem just a little too immature for me now, and I just have trouble like putting my mind back in that like teenage mindset. But this proved me wrong, because this is YA. I've heard it's written relatively infantile, and I disagree with that. I really, really liked it. I gave this book a 4 stars on Goodreads, and I really liked it. Once again, go into it with proper expectations. This is a YA fantasy romance. This is about a girl who is poor and basically finds herself in a bachelor-like competition to try to compete to marry the prince of her kingdom. It really doesn't get any more complicated than that. It's a fairly basic, typical storyline, but I liked it. I liked our female main character. I've seen the criticism that she's written a little immaturely, and I mean, maybe a little bit, but she is 18, and I did like her. I liked her a lot, and I liked the male main character too. So I would say pick up The Selection, but once again, expectations are everything. Don't go into it expecting, a work of classic literature. It's not that. It's a YA fantasy romance, Regency romance, and go into it with the proper expectations, and I think you'd like it. I say pick it up. Our 4th book for the week is 0 Days by Ruth Ware. So when I was talking about Drowning, I was talking about how that was a thriller that didn't really thrill me. It didn't really get my blood pumping. This one also, full disclosure, before I even give you a rating, was not my favorite thriller I've ever read. That would probably go to The Last Word by Taylor Adams. But this one got my blood pumping a little bit more. So what this is about a married couple who basically own a company who purposely try to penetrate security systems for companies. So these companies hire them to purposely try to get past their security systems so that this married couple can tell them, like, these are the ways that your security systems are failing, and they try to prevent security breaches in the future. And she gets home from a job one day to find her husband dead, and then becomes the main suspect. So she goes on the run to try to figure out what actually happened to him to clear her name. It was incredibly well written. It was very good. The only thing for me is I did feel that the pacing was a little off sometimes in this book. Like, sometimes I just felt like it got a little slow, or maybe that we were even given too much technical details about some like security systems and measures that didn't ultimately contribute to furthering the plot. But if you are into super detailed writing, if you're into, a cybersecurity IT space, it might be very interesting to you. I just found myself kind of like skimming those parts, but I did give this a 3.75 on Goodreads. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was very good. Her writing is solid and the story was solid. Just, find yourself skimming if you're not quite into the technical IT details like I am. And last but finally not least is the book that took me by surprise because of how much I loved it. Flawless by Elsie Silver gets a 4.5 stars from me. I ate this book up. This book is 400 pages, 434 pages, and I flew through it. Elsie's writing is so easy to read. It is so engaging. The conversation, the banter it just flows naturally. You like the characters, even when the conflict is happening. You like them. You root for them. That's a good way to say it. You just root for them. I liked them together. So anyways, before I get ahead of myself, Flawless covers our main female character, Summer, whose father, Kip, owns a talent agency, and she is assigned to basically babysit one of his more troublesome clients who seems to not be able to keep himself out of trouble with the media. He can't keep his foot out of his mouth. He keeps punching paparazzi. He's like the squeaky wheel of this agency. He's like the troubled child, the troublemaker of their agency. And Kip assigns his daughter Summer to basically go and stay and keep him in line and make sure that he doesn't get himself in any more trouble because he's making himself look bad, which is costing the agency money. He is a professional bull rider on the World Federation of Bull Riding circuit. Elsie is a city... Elsie... Summer is a city girl. She knows nothing about it. In fact, there was this one really cute scene where she shows up to her first bull riding match in like a pencil skirt and heels, and everyone is like, check out this chick. Like, where's her jeans and boots? So she's endearing. And what I really loved about Elsie's writing is that she didn't infantilize any of these characters at all. Like, she didn't make this slapstick romance, or there was so many opportunities where she could have made Summer look like this ditzy, dumb city girl in this rodeo yeehaw ranch and stumbling all over herself and making messes, and they're laughing at her. She never does that. Summer holds up as a strong, independent, smart woman throughout this entire book. And furthermore, he likes her for it. He respects her for it. And why I swear to God, I'm the worst at names. The worst. What is the male main character in this name? Rhett. Rhett respects her. And I love that. I'm not going to say anything more about it because I don't want to give it away, but the story is great. The writing is great. The only reason why this was a 4.5 and not a 5 was because there was one particular conflict towards the end of the book that I just felt for relationship that held up as so mature for most of the book was a little out of character and was a little bit of miscommunication that came across as immature, and I just didn't know if that really was consistent with the rest of the story, and it irked me a little. But besides for that, that is nothing that I would keep you from reading this book. This book was amazing, and you have to read it. It was so good. So there it is, guys. This is our weekly stack of 5 books that we read during this challenge. I am so excited. I'm like, I cannot, like, I'm staring at this stack right now and I'm just like mind blown that I did this week. And honestly, if I hadn't have started feeling a little bit under the weather, I probably could have gone on and started another one, but I just kind of slowed down on the last 2 books because I wasn't feeling my best. But we're going to be positive here because I finished 5 books this week. That's so crazy. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. Please go drink a tea in my honor if you are also not feeling good. It is cold season and your girl is struggling. But that's okay. I will feel better soon. I'm already slowly feeling better as the day goes on. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. As always, thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.